Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Kylian Mbappé, Luis Enrique. This civil war at Paris Saint-Germain ongoing between Kylian Mbappé, our best, most expensive, highest wage, face of the club player, and our new manager, Luis Enrique. Which side am I on? Which side is the right side to be supporting in this situation? Because you can't be supporting both. That's the honest truth. We are sadly in a situation where the manager and the player have two totally different beliefs, and we have to support and pick a side who we believe is right. And I'm gonna obviously say my opinion here, who I think is right and who I think is wrong. Let's go back to the previous game versus Marseille yesterday, where Luis Enrique was asked this in the post-match interview. Mbappé seemed a bit disappointed after being subbed off. It's the same music every single week. The same music. It's so boring. I am the coach. I make the decisions every day, every week. I'm going to do the same until my last day in Paris. I always try to find the best solution for my team. So Luis Enrique here is quite tired of the constant Kylian Mbappé questions all the time. Ousmane Dembélé was subbed off during the game, same time as Mbappé. Fabian Ruiz was subbed off during the game, same time as Mbappé. But Mbappé is the one that people ask questions about. Kylian Mbappé made the entire situation 10 times worse when, the video was on him, when the cameras went on him, when he was subbed off. He does this disgusting face. I'm disgusted. You are disgusting, Mbappe. And then he posts an Instagram post with no caption, like he's sad, like we lost the game. We won the game away at the Velodrome, their first defeat at the Velodrome this entire season. And our star player, our face of the club, is out here posting depressive posts that he got subbed off. As we all know, after the first leg versus Real Sociedad, that is when Kylian Mbappé decided to go to Nasser Khalifi, go to Luis Enrique, and go to his Paris Saint-Germain teammates and announce his departure from Paris Saint-Germain. This announcement has obviously not made public, and that's smart by Kylian Mbappé. Why? Because Kylian Mbappé does not want to have the media and the majority of fans, aka casuals, after him. Only the deep-rooted fans that look at the reports, that read the reports, know that Kylian Mbappé has made this decision. Ever since then, Luis Enrique, has been subbing him off early. Sometimes he's been not playing him from the start. And we're going to take a look at them and see if there's any logical reason behind it or if Lucho is abusing his power. First game was obviously Paris Saint-Germain versus FC Nantes away, straight after the Sociedad game on the weekend. And that was the game where Ousmane Dembélé was rested. It was a game where Fabian Ruiz was rested, including Kylian Mbappé. So that was a game where Luis Enrique wanted to rest some of his starters. And that includes Kylian Mbappé. I don't see a situation or an issue with him being rested that game. He obviously came on as a substitute later on and scored a penalty. Great from Mbappe, but I don't understand the issue with that. Second game was Stade de Rennes at home. Kylian Mbappé dropped again a disaster class with shit for 64 minutes. He gets brought off for Gonçalo Ramos, who comes on, wins the penalty, and scores the penalty and gets Paris Saint-Germain the point that we needed in that game. Again, a good substitution by Luis Enrique. Then we jump to the AS Monaco game. Kylian Mbappé drops an absolute disaster class for 45 minutes. Lucho takes him off, and then Mbappe gets mad, gets sad, gets depressed, gets egotistical, wears his normal clothes, parades around the stadium, and then goes up to sit with his mom instead of alongside of his Paris Saint-Germain teammates. Then we obviously had the game versus Rennes, where he did not start that game. Again, it was a game straight after Real Sociedad, where him, Bradley Barcola, Ousmane Dembélé, and some other starters were arrested in that game. And then we jumped to this Marseille game where, as I said, he dropped a disaster class for 64 minutes. He was being egotistical. He tried dribbling past 4 or 5 players instead of making the right decision so many times. Dembélé, some other players were open for Mbappe to make a pass, but he wanted to score the goal himself. And then he questions his substitution. So now we've looked at all the substitutions and resting from Luis Enrique towards Kylian Mbappe, and all of them were logical. It's either straight after a Champions League game or Kylian Mbappe is ass on the pitch and he needs to get brought off. I don't understand people supporting or defending Kylian Mbappe in this situation. You are an enemy of the club if you do so. Kylian Mbappé has been rested or saving energy in not important games. These are Ligue 1 games. We do not care. We have a 12-point cushion. Or it's Kylian Mbappé being on the pitch but doing absolutely nothing. Yesterday versus Marseille, he didn't have a single shot for 64 minutes. That is absolutely disgusting. And Kylian Mbappé was even seen saying the word puta when he was going off. Obviously, I'm not a lip reader. I'm not gonna, go that deep into it. But Kylian Mbappe's behavior on and off the pitch, with being subbed off in that, you're not special, Mbappe. All right. The only reason you are mad is because you feel that you are above the other players, that you can't get subbed off. Fabian getting subbed off, Dembélé getting subbed off, Lucas Hernandez getting subbed off, that is normal. But Kylian Mbappe cannot be subbed off because Kylian Mbappe is this, Kylian Mbappe is that. Remove that egotistical ego from yourself. I hate that our best season since probably the 1920 season where we reached the Champions League final, that you are going to be part of this shit. That you are going to be part of this shit. And if we win the Champions League, you are going to take credit for that shit. Because you're absolutely disgusting, Kylian Mbappe. I'm tired of this and I can't wait for you to leave my beautiful club. So, to summarize this, every PSG fan that is in some way choosing Kylian Mbappe's side, defending him, and accusing Luis Enrique of doing some shady stuff, abusing his power, you are an enemy of the club. Stop. You're more of an Mbappe fan than a PSG fan. Stop doing this. Stop putting Mbappe above the manager. Stop putting Mbappe above the club. This guy is a player that's going to leave the club in the summer. He's made that clear. So whatever Luis Enrique wants to do, he can do. If Luis Enrique's actions makes us lose points, makes us lose games, he takes full responsibility and accountability. But at the moment, the only games where Kylian Mbappe has been rested or dropped off or subbed off are Ligue 1 games where we are 12 points clear at the top of the table. So Luis Enrique's actions have not affected Paris Saint-Germain negatively. Quite the opposite. In important games like versus Real Sociedad and Nice, in the Coupe de France and in the Champions League, where we needed Kylian Mbappe to perform, he has performed. So all props to Luis Enrique. Keep on doing what you want. And Luis Enrique, you have the full backing of the true PSG fans, including myself, to do whatever you want. That includes Mbappe, that includes Mukiele, that includes Soler, that includes Gonçalo. Whatever you want to do with these players and the entire Paris Saint-Germain squad, you have the full power and authority. Kylian Mbappe is a rat. That has been proven a long time ago, and I can't wait to see him leave my beautiful club. That's been it from your boy PSG, and as usual, allez Paris.